Julie, isn't it great, man? Look at all the people that we've had on our show on here.
I
It's so
know.
awesome. There's Robert, looking at Robert, and Bob Pierce was on today. Richard, man, just some Pam,
I
Marie's on
know.
here. Man, just some great people, some great shows that we have.
Robert.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
So,
So good.
Julie, how do we want to
What?
do this? We're
Little one?
gonna,
You
we
know,
gonna.
I really think it is an open chat.
Right.
Um, I think, well, let me state this. Let me state this really quick.
Okay.
Everybody is on. If you just join us, please mute so that you could hear other people speak, and then I'll mute myself after I'm finished. But I think I people reached out to me and they wanted to be in our show, but they have a fear of speaking in front of people. So Milo and I decided to have Friday night chat where you can open your mic, you can chat, you can share, and then you can actually get yourself comfortable. And when you get yourself comfortable, you'll be able to speak out. One example, I have to say that I don't know, Chris is on here, but Chris is has been spoken, I think, once, and then he went on to hello Marty. He went on to Julie Milo's show, and then now what he does is he goes out there and he share on passive live every day, every single day. If some of you follow Chris Johnson as one example, there's a few other people because people have story. People want to share on passive, but sometimes on passive is too big. We can't really share everything, and sometimes we share and we confusing people. But if you stay in front of the camera, all you have to do is share what comes out of here. That stir the curiosity from people because they see the passion, they see the love that comes out of you, and they start asking you. And once they start asking you, you just take the video out there, either on Julie Milo's show, you take Mike Ellis, you take Dan's, you take all the content out there and you just share. And the only way that you share is that. And another thing too is that Julie Milo's show is literally building a legacy for every single one of us. And I think Milo spoke that part better than I do. So Milo, could you speak it? I am so bright.
Uh, yeah, let me, whoops. Am I muted? Oh, no, I can
Oh,
talk.
you're good. You're
All
good.
right, good.
Hey, how
Man,
are you guys?
good, good. Hey, I'm trying to keep up with everything, but what I said was that what I tell everyone on the show, I said, look, when you come on the show, what is so great about it is you're actually making a CD or not a CD, DVD, or you've got a online presence that you have a video that shows that it's a legacy now that you were actually part of OnPassive before it become what OnPassive is going to be. Now, OnPassive is you heard if you heard the Ash talking, oh my God, was he good or what? You know, and he talked about how this thing is going to be the biggest company ever. Can you imagine down the road giving a CD or a video to your children, your grandchildren, and say, yeah, Papa was in it before it was what it was, you know? And it's just so great to have that. But like Julie said, man, we're so thrilled that you guys would come out on here, and we want to hear all of you. We want to kind of, you know, I don't know how we can raise hands. Marty might be able to help me, but I don't see no place that it says raise hands. Maybe we can just go through or raise your hand or something, and we can
Well,
let.
I was just call on people seriously
Okay,
because
that sounds.
make me your co-host, Milo, please, and I'll help you when you speak. I can start adding people in, and when I speak, you start adding people in, and we can do that. I think I could start calling people, and if you don't feel like talking, just say I'm not ready, and then just mute yourself, and then we call someone else because I think all of us have attended or even read the notes from the back office or listen to the recording yesterday. But I think we should all share of after you heard what Ash said and the whole conversation yesterday, and I think you should share that, because the things that you share are very valuable. I feel like, you know, I could miss things, you could miss, I mean, other people could miss things that Ash shared. So I think it'll be valuable to share. So I'm just gonna go on my right is Bob. Bob here. It's on my right now. So I'm going to ask Bob to unmute himself. Bob, we just did an interview with Bob today on the Julie and Milo show. And if you haven't subscribed to Julie and Milo show, please punch in julieandmilo.com. It'll take you directly to the YouTube channel, subscribe it. And you want to hear Bob conversation today. And he's here now, so you get to hear that.
Hey, one second, Julie. And Bob is amazing. I know. I've heard Bob many times. If you look at the very bottom of your screen, everybody, where it says reactions, you should see something that says reactions. If you move your mouse down there, and if you look, if you click on it, it'll say raise hand. Then if you want to talk, your hand will pop up in front of you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Marty.
I'll show you.
Yep, I do see it.
You.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm done. Sorry for interrupting. Bob, let him have what you always gave me. Very good. Bob's amazing.
Bob is.
No, I'm kind of sleepy tonight. It's, you know, it's Friday night, and, you know, no, I had an exciting time on that show today. And I'm sending it out to people, not because I'm on it per se, but because it will get some eyeballs on it that maybe they wouldn't have, if it was a stranger, they might have passed it up. So I think a lot of them want to know if I made a fool of myself or not. But we had a good time, and it's, if you haven't been on the show and kind of would like to, but you're afraid, it's no big deal. They're fun to be with. We kidded around. We told some stories on the side. You know, they're just great hosts for this show, and it's a fabulous tool to get yourself, like you said, a legacy video before ONPASSIVE became an official public company. And, you know, your great grandkids can look back and see that, oh, my great grandfather was in on that before it opened up, and so forth. So no, we just shared our little backgrounds, and then I shared some of my passion about what ONPASSIVE is doing for people around the world. By the way, Milo, I just opened up in Uganda this afternoon late.
Wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, a pastor there finally said yes. He sent me all the information to get him registered. I'll get him registered tomorrow.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
You
so
do.
that's 5 countries, including the US now. Our little team is in, and
Wow.
you know,
You're
you all have an influence on that, you know.
You're doing a great job, Bob. Keep it up, man. And if you haven't seen Bob's story, man, watch it. It's good. This guy did it all.
Oh,
He
thank you.
did. And then not only that, it's pretty educational too, because he's a
Absolutely.
teacher. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Let me see. Do we have any hands raised? I don't see any.
I only see a finger with one.
Oh, yeah. No, Michael Katz.
Yes.
So we'll have Michael Katz come on.
Oh, good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Michael?
Very well. Thank you so much. I'm a little new to this and I got in late. Can you give a 1 minute overview of what this is about? I was
Okay.
invited to join and I just came on. I really don't understand what's happening.
Absolutely. Are you familiar with ONPASSIVE at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
A friend of mine just sent me the link and said join,
Oh.
and so.
Well, you need to thank your friend, because I tell you what, you are in for a ride of your life. You're going to hear stories tonight about ONPASSIVE. What we're talking about right now is we're talking about ONPASSIVE, and we're talking about the stories and stuff. But ONPASSIVE will help you with anything that you've got. So if you want to listen in for a little bit, and you know, depending on if I ask you, I could ask you a question, what is it that you're interested in doing? If you're just interested in making passive money, you can do that. If you're not, there's other ways to make a lot of money, just depending on what you want to do. And we can help you with all of that. I'm trying to look for a picture of you. I don't see you on here.
No, I didn't. It's a bad hair day.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, I tell you what, why
Look
don't
at my hair. I got like a white spot somewhere. I'm kidding.
No, you
Yeah.
look just fine, Julie.
So anyway, yeah, it's an incredible ONPASSIVE. It's just an incredible thing, and you do want to get in because it's getting ready to launch, and it's going to be the largest company in the world, and you just have a chance to make some money, but I tell everyone, man, don't wait, just get in. You won't be able to learn everything about it even tonight. I've been in it for 2.5 years, and I am still learning things about it. And so you just want to get in. So, but
Well, what's
I'm
the
sorry.
concept though? What's the product?
the product is ONPASSIVE.
I can help out here if you want, Milo.
Go ahead, Marty.
I've done thousands of these.
Yeah.
Who am I
Marty.
talking? Who am I talking to? Michael?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Michael, what's happening? Yeah, you're in more of a chat session of people that are already in, but it's okay. ONPASSIVE. Hold on, somebody's not muted.
Sherry, your phone is on. Could you mute yourself? I'm looking for her right now.
Who?
Sherry.
Sherry.
Okay.
I'm here.
Could you mute yourself? Sorry. Marty won't try to talk.
Sorry.
Anyway, Michael, what's up is if you market or you haven't marketed online, or if you're just looking a way to make money online, I've been online. I'm going to go quickly and try not to bore you. I've been online since 2004. I lost a lot of money. I probably have the world record in losing the most money the fastest, but my intent was not to do that. Like most people, I wanted to find a way to make money online because I wound up on disability. After about 10 years, I said, wait, something's got to give. I did everything the gurus told me and it's not working. So I said, I have to learn how to market. I did. I joined up with a couple gentlemen, Mike Ellis and Dan Street, and we did fairly well. There was another problem though. Once I learned how to market and I could bring people in, what bothered me as much as not making money was the idea of I couldn't bring anybody with me. Like no matter what I told them, I can't duplicate what I do with somebody that started today. I just did not have the ability. I tried it, but you can't go to somebody that just started and give them 10 years of stuff you've learned in a day. Gurus will tell you they can. It's just not true. So about 2 years ago, March, actually, I said, I'm going to go look to see if there's a company. I'm going to take time that makes an even playing field for everybody. Everybody can win. Everybody. You don't have to be special skills. You don't have to mortgage your home. So what I did was, actually what I thought, and this is the truth, I thought that company didn't exist.
Stay right here.
That company didn't exist. Well, thank God I found a friend of mine that I trusted. Wasn't a guru, just a guy I trusted. And his name is Peter Rogers, and he was friends with Red Redfern. You don't know those names, but you will when you investigate this business. And they told me about a business. Now, remember, my bar is low. Can I make money and the people I invite make money? Yes, boom. I'm already excited to the max. Well, here's what I found out. This company has digital products that are in high demand right now. They're being sold. It's not something you got to go fish for. Webinars, SMS service, email service, email blaster, page builder, funnel builders, anything you could think of online, even brick and mortar type businesses, and it's all going to be under one umbrella and one price and no limits. I'll give you an example. we're in Zoom right now. I don't know what size Zoom this is, but the Zoom that the business runs, they're paying like $6,000 a month to be able to hold 10,000 people. $6,000 a month. Everything in the portfolio of ONPASSIVE will be somewhere between $100 and $250 max, Michael, max. No more, nothing. And here's the part that you're gonna like. You pay one time out of pocket. The rest of the time, yes, you pay every month, but all the other payments come from the profits that the company built for you. And here's what I mean. When you pay that $200 a month or whatever it winds up being, you're paying the company to build your team for you, okay? And they go out, they market, they do everything, and they have millions. There's almost 500,000 founders right now, and very soon it's going into soft launch. They build for you. And anyone, and I mean anyone, everywhere, any age, can get in this business and finally, for the first time in the history of mankind, make money online. And that's why I did it. Yes, I can market and move on by myself, but I'm not that guy. I can't step on 50 faces to make some money. I want everybody to go with me. You just got to be in it to win it. Now, I threw a business plan together that should have took a half hour in about 7 minutes. So what you got to do is you can get a much better information. You can go to Zooms. We have business meetings almost every day. Oh, we do every day, every language, every country. I've got somebody on my team from Papua New Guinea. He's got over 4,000 people on his team. It's amazing. Anywhere, anybody, anytime can build this business. And I'm sorry I went fast, but I tried to fill in as quick as I could. But if you have any questions or anything, Michael, or stay in and listen, but you will not be pressured into doing it because we don't need to. But thanks anyway.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Marty. That's so awesome. Michael, after this conversation, I would say log into your back office and listen to the recorded message from yesterday. I'll give you a clearer picture because ONPASSIVE is it's very big. It's sometimes we're not able to literally explain it to you in one setting or even take a day to explain because you really have to connecting the dots, exploring it. But you are in a really good place and a lot of us have been saying, especially Milo said this to me when he sponsored me. He actually, our story goes way back, but when he told me about ONPASSIVE, he said to me, Julie, you will never have to worry about money in your lifetime or in your children's lifetime. All of us, I mean, and that statement is still true till today. Because I see it, I connecting the dots, and I listen to webinar, and I hear Ash said, and I'm literally gathering the knowledge that I know so far. It is a true statement. So please stay around and then go back to the webinar. The next hand raised is Trevor. Trevor, I see you. Please unmute yourself. I think I unmuted yourself. Trevor? Are you there, Trevor?
Yeah, sorry, I was busy doing some marketing. Can you hear me? Okay, I haven't started my video. I just got done with our webinar, and I was just uploading it and getting everything going there, so posting it and doing some stuff. But yeah, ONPASSIVE had me at hello back in August 2018. I believe there's maybe about 700 people that knew about it back then. And I was tired. I was really tired. I'd gone through probably about 10 different MLM experiences that most of them left me empty pocketed and dry mouthed, thirsty for more. And when ONPASSIVE came across, it just clicked in my head. It's like, what? This company is going to do everything for us. Back then, it was just a marketing thing. But that's the thing that I struggled with the most, is I was never really very good at marketing and getting people to come on board. I had the passion, but the belief instilled in that through to other people is what I'd struggled with for so long, and getting scammed along the way too so many times. And it was just a breath of fresh air for something that has blossomed into way more than I had expected originally when I first gotten started. And about 6 months ago, I was a fence sitter. I was just waiting for ONPASSIVE to launch and do it for me, like they said they were going to do. And then I saw Ash come on as a visitor to Marty and Mike and Dan's Saturday webinar that they had. And the words that Ash had spoken, the energy that he had, you know, on it wasn't a regular public webinar. It was a public webinar, but it wasn't advertised for like all of the founders to come and everything, not in the back office and such. And it was just amazing to see him there. And that was like, whoa, this guy is actually reaching out to people, founders, and lifting them up and raising them up, all out of his own good heart. And that really struck a nerve with me. And I was like, well, you know what? I reached out to my leaders, and none of them really wanted to step up to the plate. So I was just like, well, I guess it's my turn. It's my turn to step up and be the leader and lead. So once I did that, you know, it's just kind of like breaking the shell off of the egg that's surrounding you, and things have just progressed from there. And I've actually been on the Julie and Milo show, and Marty's shouted me out numerous times on different webinars, and I'm just so blessed to be part of this experience. What we're going to be able to do for the entirety of humanity, if they're willing to let us, is take them to heights that nobody on earth has ever experienced before. And just what I was sharing on our other webinar, there's no company that is ever going to compare, even if they try to do a copycat thing, to the love and the emotion that we all have invested into ONPASSIVE. There's nothing that's ever going to be comparative to that. Biggest company ever in history. Check it off the list.
Absolutely. Trevor, thanks so much, man. And Trevor, if you haven't seen Trevor's video, it's great, man. There are so many great stories. The people that are involved with this company are just, it's crazy how cool they are, and what kind of stories there is out there. And me and Julie, we just feel like we're walking on air every day, because we get to interview them, and I mean, we get to talk to them, and so it's so much fun, you know. And this company is, you know, I always say that ONPASSIVE is going to change the world one person at a time, and it started with Ash Mafara, but it goes through all of us, you know, and we're just thrilled to be part of it. And we see someone, let's see, we got the guy with his hand raised, and it's none other than Richard Lamont. Richard, he was an awesome story too. I mean, you got to watch his story. Oh my God, it's great. But anyway, Richard, come on in and talk to us.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good.
Big kiss, and I love all you beautiful men, women, and children of the world with the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I love you all. Now, there's new people, I guess, on here tonight. So I'll just throw a couple of tools or programs or projects or whatever you want to call them that ONPASSIVE is going to supply us. The good part about it is every last one of these 50 programs that they're going to have are worth over $1 billion each. not only will we be able to be resellers, we will also receive funds from the customers. Everybody is going to be a customer. So those that don't become a reseller, that will pay for the program. A sample is Oh My Life, Oh Net, Oh Wallet, Oh Mail, Oh Academy, Oh Connect, Oh Capture, Oh Peer, Oh Staff, Oh Chat, Oh Pal, Oh Bless, which is the one I love the best, Oh Create, and Oh Doodle. These are just some of the ones that Ash has given us. Now imagine you can use this for existing businesses that you have by being a reseller. All this is yours. It's all combined. Give you an example. You make a video and then you post your video in Academy. And then you can also post it in Connect. But all three are in one. You don't have to jump from one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. Everything is going to be pretty well all at hand, close to your hand. So those that don't want to promote or use the tools, that they don't have any other business, even the couch potato, we call the couch potato, is going to be making money, because the way that Ash Mufarat has this designed, you're forced to make money. You have no choice. You're forced to make money. Now, the one that's a couch potato is going to make money slower than the other one, but he's still going to make money. Now, he's going to get enough money that after he buys everything he wants, he won't have any choice but to start feeding people, helping the homeless. Now, the way he's going to help them is not only to bring them food, but also to give them a position into the ONPASSIVE. Pay for it, because we'll be able to pay for it. So that homeless person will start making an income, get them off the street, give them back pride. All these children that have to hide from the evil on this earth right now, that have to hide in Africa, that depend on the food that they receive from people, well, they're all going to be part of this program, because we're going to make sure of it. We're going to build hospitals. We're going to build schools. From what I can see that somebody mentioned, right now, if you look up at the sky when it's clear, you're going to see 5 lights in a row. Now, the man who put those satellites up there, there's one purpose for it: worldwide internet. Now, can you imagine? This guy in the jungle over there is going to be able to have internet if somebody brings him the tool to, to look at internet. This is so huge. And that's why I find it funny how Ash likes space. I got a feeling he knows this guy who's been sending those satellites up there. And he probably knows the guy, and he's probably got some little things fixed up with him, but he won't tell us. Finally got Opal off of him last night. Dr. Williams got it off of him, but I still didn't understand it, but that's okay. But Opal is going to be one that you're going to want to leave on 24/7. So it's going to be one of the tools. But basically, ONPASSIVE is exactly what it says: passion toward your fellow man. Bring back that love that God gave us in our heart. Bring it back to the world. Basically, this is what I got from Ash Mufarat when I spoke to him the first time. His passion is to stop poverty. That's his passion.
Oh, it is, Richard, it is. And man, thanks so much for sharing with us. You know, we really enjoy that. So we're going to try to move on. I'll tell you what, so we can try to get everyone in. Let's try to keep our talks to like 3 minutes or so. All right.
Also, too, I know that we might have some guests here today. So I'm speaking to guests who are not in ONPASSIVE yet. If you hear some connections, some vibrations on what we share with you today, you want to be getting back to the person who shared this link with you.
Absolutely.
It is important, because if you don't get back to the person there with you, you'll get lost. So when you get back with the person that share this chat with you, you ask them about ONPASSIVE, okay? And then take the action. Don't sit on it. You'll see the smile in our face. You'll see that smile in your face every time, because we're all living that dream of ONPASSIVE. Not only that, ask the person that share this with you to share with you all the group that person belonged to, because you'll get the vast majority of information from the group that is sharing. And also share the webinar schedules that is in the back office, because the back office is your treasure. I'm telling you this. So take the action, okay? Get back with the person. So let me see if we have, let me actually go through the guest list so that I can welcome a few guests today. I'm just gonna read down the list. Welcome Okan, welcome Al Probe, welcome Alan, welcome Anate Rosa, welcome Bob Pierce, welcome Carlos Sanchez, welcome Chilwin, welcome Chris Johnson is the one I mentioned earlier. Welcome Cynthia Deering, welcome Daniel Marin. Sorry if I butcher your name, I apologize. Welcome David Russell. Welcome David Pagot. Welcome Dom's PC. Welcome Dino Aguilera. Welcome Elizabeth. Thank you. Please raise your hand when I called your name, just so that people know your face, putting the name. Welcome Eric Kelser. Welcome Global Building, I'm not sure, Mental Success. Welcome Gray Hunter. Oh, welcome Tim Dillon, who just joined us. Let me see where I'm lost. Welcome Ian Gundrill. Welcome James. Welcome James. Welcome James Bell. Welcome Linda. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Chilpetta. Welcome Marie Della Sella. Welcome Marty, another Marty in the family. Welcome Michael Katz, which just shared with us. Welcome Mike. I'm gonna stop here and then I'll continue the list later on. I don't see any hand here, so I'm just gonna go right on to my right. To my right, I have Bob, and now James. James, you are next to share. First of all, share what you got out of the webinar yesterday with Ash, or share your passion of ONPASSIVE. James, you are. Would you like to say a few words?
Which James?
James Bell.
Oh, that's me. Hey, what's up?
Hi, James.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Milo. I was talking to you last night.
Hey, James, good to see you, man.
Yeah. So what I got out of last night, and Marty, I know you're listening. The 4th, I'm pretty sure I heard this correctly. The 4th of February, the product managers are going to be unveiling Academy. Is that correct?
That is correct. That's what I understood.
Yeah, that's what I understood too.
Yep.
So for anybody that's there, it's new listening to this. When it comes to soft launch, I was listening to it, and Ash was basically saying, you know, we just can't give you everything all at once. And there's no way. So it's going to be like a slow, gradual release of some of the products, and then the bulk of them will come later during the soft launch. That's what I got out of it.
Awesome. Awesome job, James. So moving right along, let's go to Pam
Just
Turner.
one sec.
Oh,
One sec. Julie, I will
Yes.
get back. I will get back to you on Milo's message that he sent me. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. What
All right.
I wanted to add to what James said is that on February 4th, this is what I heard too, is that onpassive.com will become live, and there's about 20 portfolios will be unmuted.
24.
24. 24, and OnPassive will probably, or our identity will have 140 pages. Yeah, it's huge.
Well, what the 140 pages is February 1st is going to be the start of the new website.
With all these things coming together, like he said, without saying a date, it means the soft launch is very, very close.
Yeah,
Just so,
like,
just
yeah.
so we know. I mean, that Ash doesn't like to give a date, and he talks in code. But if you put all the pieces together, even if all the pieces aren't there, you could tell what the picture is. So I've talked to him many times. That's how he is. He thinks that way. He talks that way. He's got to be careful what he says because of the lawyers. I know a lot of people say, oh, some of the pages are obsolete. Of course they are. But one thing Ash did that no company has ever done that I've been involved with, when they're doing an audit, most companies hide as much as they can. When they asked Ash to do an audit to find out what kind of company he is, he stripped all his clothes off, metaphorically, okay? He didn't only say, you want to see my house? Here's a flashlight, look under the chair. This is the closet. He handed them all the phones he's ever used since he started ONPASSIVE. So he wants a gold seal, whatever that is. I know there's an ISO 9000 that comes out of London, but he just wants a gold seal so that when it's introduced to the world, they know this is not some Mickey Mouse club. It is the elite of the elite. He's paying to get scrutinized, is what I'm trying to say. No doubt about it. I just wanted to add that. That's all.
And I'll add to that, Marty. As founders, we should expect nothing less.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone wants to share the story that Ash was talking to his banker and he said, yeah, that's what I want. Who has that story? Who remember that story that wants to share that? Who wants to do? Bob, do you remember anyone wants to share that story? Or Kevin?
Is that the one where where the banker talked to Ash and he said, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Well, from what I got out of that was the banker turned to Ash and said, why are you doing this? And he said, why not? I got everything. Why not? I thought that was a pretty good answer.
That's exactly right. He sat there and they were talking back and forth and they said, it's funny to hear Ash say it because I can picture him saying it like, well, why not? But they said, hey, Mr. Mupara, you know, we're looking at what you've done and where you are. And he told me flat out, I don't know if he mentioned in the meeting, but he said this flat out on the phone. His lawyers know more about ONPASSIVE than some founders in the company. And that's a good thing. So they're really getting behind it. They should, because he's paying them a lot of money. But anyway, the banker said, hey, you know, if we go through this and if this turns out to be 1/10 of what you say it is, you could be one of the richest men in the world. But why are you giving away so much money? And he said, why not? What am I going to do? How many homes do I need? How many cars do I need? My pockets are full. My gasoline tank is full. I have all the food I want. I'm going to have trillions of dollars and watch a child walk with no shoes, maybe even a quarter mile from my home. The army of people I can put out there that think like I do and have a little extra. They have their tank full, their pockets full, and if they have the right heart, which he surrounded himself with 500,000 right-hearted people, are going to give. The impact is so much bigger than one person. And that's what he really, really wanted. I believe that with all my heart. I sound like I'm preaching, sorry, but that's just what I got from it. So
I believe that too, Marty. I mean, I think me and Julie talk about this a lot as we talk to all the founders. You know, so many of us, our heart has been, you know, when we first come in, we might have thought, well, how much are we going to make? Well, now it's not that, because we know we're going to make the money. The money is there. Now it's we get our heart and our mind right to what are we going to do with our extra money? You know, are we going to take that money and we're going to reach down, we're going to pull someone out that we need to, which is what the majority of founders are saying to us, you know, hey, that's what we're going to do. You know, we're coming up with creative ways to do this. And what a platform where the more you give, the more you get back. So, but anyway, let's move on. And how about Okan? Okan, you want to speak? Hello, Okan. Okan? No? Okay, let's move on.
I think Richard had his hand on for a little. Richard, are
Did-
you still?
No,
Yeah, I want to
Richard's
add
already.
something. I want to add something about the webinar yesterday that I didn't get much sleep, put it that way, after I heard this. Is the part where Ash said there's no bank in the world that can handle us. Now that's got me scratching my head.
Yeah, that does. Well,
Yes, I want to speak.
okay, all right, go ahead, Okan.
Everybody,
Okay.
Okan, are you there? Hello, Okan. Okan.
I think he's freezed right now.
Yeah, I think he's.
Okan, when you're ready
Okan.
to do it, just unmute yourself, okay?
Yeah, I think he's unmuted now, but we can't hear him. For some reason, his internet must not be working.
You
All
know,
right, let's.
I am just sitting.
I can't hear you. You cut off. I'm here.
Okay, we're.
No, I'm here.
Okay,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I'm here.
All right. we're
I can
ready.
hear you, but can you hear me?
We can now. We couldn't before.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes. My name is.
Yes. Go. Speak. You got the mic.
Okay. I just wanted and bless all of you. And more particularly, I want to thank Richard for making this possible for me. He has been a great person for me, great mentor for me. You cannot hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You can now? Okay. I just want to have, I just want to give you a very little story about ONPASSIVE and my organization that I'm running for African children. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okan, your audio is in and out. We hear 3 words out of 10.
Yeah, it's not working, Okan. For some reason, your internet or something is messing up.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on. We'll try to come back to you. All right, let's see, who else do we got? Pam, how about Pam Turner? You want to say something?
Sure. At least I don't have my pajamas on tonight.
All
It's such
right.
cozy group, eh?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good, good.
Yeah, so it looks like we lost that guy. It's a shame, but
Yeah.
I was gonna direct this straight to the, what was his name? Mark?
Michael Kratt.
Oh,
Yeah, the guy that was anyways, it doesn't matter.
It's always open.
When I started on Passive, I really didn't know anything what was going on. I would just thought, okay, some marketing for the company that I was working already, not just buying more than I was getting. Anyways, so my friend Robin sent me a message and said, hey, want to try this out? It's called, you're going to be a founder in a company. I was like, yeah, okay. So this was January of 2019. And so I didn't think much about it. It was $97. Like, okay, I'm not going to go bankrupt. If it doesn't work out, oh well, shame on me, right? Well, time went on and I was busy. I was going to work in the summer, and then usually I go down to Florida to see my sister in the winter, but that doesn't happen this last little bit. But anyway, COVID came along and I started looking at this and started watching the webinars, and I hadn't been too much involved for a whole year. Anyways, and then I got a couple of people that, just said, yeah, okay, they would sign up. Well, it's turned into so much more than what I started out. At first it was to get some customers for my other business. Then I could see, oh, okay, well, hey, this is cool. I'm going to get a few dollars. And now it's not even about the money. It's not about, that's aside. I know I'll be okay. I'll be fine. And it's more about where can we help out. And more than that, it's about all of you. Look at us all getting together on Friday night. Like, I even if it weren't for COVID, this is where I would want to be with all of you guys, because you're all friends now, and that's what I love about it. And that's
awesome.
Thank you, and thanks to Ash.
Awesome.
Thank you. Absolutely, Pam. I would like to ask, okay, we have a lot of guests here from Julie and Milo show. But the past week, we've interviewed a few people, and if you haven't checked out Tim Dillon, Sherry, Chris Johnson's, we have said that, and then Carlos, some of the guests that's been here. But I like to have Tim Dillon to start, and then when Tim Dillon's finished, I like Sherry to speak something on her side, and then I have a rock star in my team here, which I'm gonna call on him, and I know he knows who he is, but I'll call on him in a minute. But Tim, if you could please unmute yourself and speak about what you shared with us on the show, or regarding to yesterday webinar, or your passion, anything that you wanted to share.
Well, Julie, I thank you and Milo for inviting me to be interviewed. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know where to begin. Oh my God. I got involved in this through a very good friend who I'd been involved with in another adventure, so to speak. And Viviana Rodriguez introduced me to this back in March of 2020, and I finally joined in May. And not one day has gone by that I have not thanked many of the people on this panel, and also many people that are not here, for introducing this. I listened to this and I watched all kinds of videos when she first mentioned it to me, because I didn't want to go down that rat hole again. With the accident that I was in, and the fact that I survived, is probably the biggest part of why it means so much to me, because it gives me a way to, even with my disabilities, bad head, with that being said, I have a chance to turn things around in my life and be able to help others with the abundance that I may receive. And being in the ONPASSIVE Nation team, as Marty has said many times, Dan is Street and Mike Ellis, they have built a wonderful team. And there are many people within that team who have been the builders as well. So the team is rather large. Does that mean anything? No, not really. It just, I have a better chance. And I am going to take every opportunity when that comes to me. I want to take care of myself first, obviously, but with the abundance, I will be helping many people to improve their financial and individual situations when I deem it necessary and worthy to do so. This is not for everybody, but those people with the heart to give, this is a no-brainer. And so many of you I know have that heart. And it will be historical, the changes to the global community by what's going to happen with this company. Get in, go for the ride. You'll never have another chance to go on a ride like this.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for your good work and your big hearts.
Sharon?
Buckle up. The dragster is going to take off.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Tim. I've been following everybody here. Most of the people here I know because I follow them often. First of all, I want to thank Julie and Milo for having me on the show. They are amazing. They make you feel comfortable. So don't ever hesitate to be on that. And I knew from the get-go that this is going to be history for sure. I got in actually, I saw a thing on Facebook, and prior to that, I was in, I'm a networker. I'm in a networking company as of now, and I never was your top leader or salesperson or recruiter, but I was collecting residual income on what I was doing. So that was very helpful because I actually had 2 back surgeries recently, and I don't know what I would have done without the residual income coming in. But I remember Robert Kiyosaki saying, you can never have too much residual income. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's right. I've got to have more of that because right now I'm just barely scraping by. So I'm all like, yeah, I got to have more of that. So I came across this thing on Facebook that a lady was advertising the never seen before this and this and that. And I'm like, I was reading it like, well, what do I got to lose? Because like I said before, I was in this other company. Besides the regular networking company I was in, I was looking at something else that they wanted $20,000 to get in. And there was one problem with that. I was short $20,000. So, but when I came across that, I said, well, what do I got to lose? It was $97. And I knew right from the start anyway, because of Ash's tapes that he had, videos, not really videos, they're audios that he had. I knew from the start that the man had a heart. And I don't go into companies unless it has a heart. And this man had a big heart. And I've been on every webinar, although yesterday I was on the webinar, but it was going in and out because I was at the doctor. So I'm in the process of watching the rest of that in more detail and taking my notes. But every webinar I've been in, he's never made it about himself. It was always about other people. And it just strikes me so cool is the dude is a genius. He has a great memory. He has a big heart. I mean, if you're not in this company, you're really missing out, because where it's going and where it's going to take you are like several different things, and the dreams that you had and the dreams that you always had that you wanted to feel for other people can come into reality. So like I said, each time when we're on the webinars, it kind of blows me away, is because he'll go like, hey, Sean, and he actually remembers the kids' names. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even remember Sean's kids' names. And I just get blown away about that dude's memory and his big heart. And it seems like each time his heart is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're like, is it going to explode or what? But so yeah, I've been around since 3 of 18, and I've seen where it started and where it's going. And I knew from the beginning of those 2 videos that this was going to be huge. I felt it in my heart. I felt it up above. The man up above was telling me something, that this is going to be huge. And look at us now, we're going to be huge. And I'm so excited to hear the stories that are going to come from this. So that's all I have. And thank you everybody for all your help that you do, Marty, and anybody else that's helped that's on here. I'm not sure who's all on here. From the bottom of my heart, anytime anybody needs any help, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherry. Really appreciate you. I wanted to introduce one of my dear friend, and I have to say he is actually building a big team under my 10 years old daughter. So no other than Mr. Bruce Bryant. I know
that guy too.
Bruce, just wanted to say, just unmute yourself and just say hello. No.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce. He's building a huge team under my daughters and in our team. So yeah, I'd love to have you say a few words, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Is everybody paying attention?
Oh, yeah.
We're all paying attention. We'd love to hear stories. If I can do it, Bruce, you can do it.
You know, I'm going to do it without tears. You're talking to a seasoned veteran salesperson that's been in business for many, many years. Julie came to me several months ago with the opportunity of ONPASSIVE, and Julie knows. And again, I want to first of all preface the fact that I know Julie. I knew who she was. I knew the value of this woman. And to be facetious, and that's me on the flip side, I'm the funny guy. What inspired me about Julie was a long time ago, she showed me the house that she lived in. And one thing about me in making decisions in business, it was always about, don't tell me how great you are, prove it. And Julie didn't even have to open her mouth. And Julie, I hope this doesn't embarrass you. But when I found out that her house was the size of my hospital in my hometown, I said, I better get to know this lady because she's smarter than I am. And that alone inspired me. I was always this thing guy that looked at nice cars and fancy houses. And I always said, I got to learn about this person because they know more than I do. I can learn from them. And if you're not, if it's important to you in life and in business in general, when you see people with silver hair on their heads, don't call that person an old man or an old lady, because those are strands of wisdom. They've made all the mistakes that you haven't made yet. And Julie's not old enough to make the mistakes that I've made, because I've made them all, and I've made a lot of them twice. But I can't tell you enough out of my heart how hard she works for every one of your faces on this little Zoom, and how dedicated she is to this ONPASSIVE movement. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how good I am. I'm going to tell you how good she is. And I'm also going to tell you my dear friend Milo up there in the left-hand corner, if you could see him. He's the funny looking guy with the white hat on. Milo's done a wonderful job. I brought a couple people to the table, 19 to be exact. Those 19 got planted in my garden, and it turned into like 50 and then 75, and then it just kept growing and growing and growing. As a good salesperson, what I urge every one of you on this Zoom to do this evening is to go home and pick out 3 of your friends or family members, but get serious. Don't just say, oh, they said no. So what if they said no? They all say no. It's your job to make them say yes. And the way you're going to do that really is just to go to your people that care about you. And if each one of you sitting on this Zoom right now just took the energy and the consideration and the dedication, and as a tribute to Julie and Milo for what they've put together here for all of us to regenerate. And that's the key word, regenerate. Do better than what you're doing now. Reach out to 3 more people. And if each one of you got 3 more people, just think of how great and how explosive this can be for all of us as a team. And the key word, team. Marty, I got to take my hats off to you too. What inspired me about you, Marty, wave if you can see me. Atta boy. Marty, you came from New Jersey and I'm from Connecticut. That alone made me a brother. When I knew that he was from Jersey, I said, I got to listen to this guy because these guys are straight shooters back home. We don't tell stories. We don't fabricate. We don't candy coat. I got to admit, when you go Midwest and West Coast, it gets a little slanted. I mean, I'm being biased, but when you talk to a New Jersey person, they tell you what it is. When I found out what ONPASSIVE was, I double checked with Milo. I went back to Julie, and I knew I was sitting in some pretty good company. And I'm doing this with my heart. I'm in the advertising business. I'm not going to toot my horn about my company or how great or what happened to me in my life, but a lot of things happened. And because of what happened, and Milo and Julie know the whole story, I'm on this ride. And I want everybody listening to my voice right now to go home tonight, get on your phones, get ambitious, get a little bit more motivated, and get the job done, because we're all on a great train ride. I'm going to end it with that. Milo, thank you very much. Marty, hats off to you, my friend. Julie, I love you from the bottom of my heart. We'll see you guys all later. I'm all done.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bruce. Me and Bruce, Bruce is on the West Coast, so it's not unusual for him to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. But we have a blast, man. Me and him, we do. But anyway, you know, but it's so true about giving back, and what an awesome company we are with. And I see a couple more people here that I would like to ask. Key, will you say something for us? Key, come on our show, and was it just a tremendous thing? I mean, all of them are good. I'm going to say that about all of them, but we've just met incredible people. Key?
Hey, Milo. Can you hear me?
We can hear you good.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out there to Nashville. You and I are gonna go listen to some tunes and have a few drinks.
I love it. Anytime.
I'm so jealous.
Well, you're in California, right, Julie?
Yep.
Well, we'll just have to get you to come to Nashville.
There you go. I like that, Key. It's good. That's good.
I had an interesting night last night, guys. Most of you know. Is there anybody else that's on here that's in healthcare besides me? Is there a nurse? Is there a doctor? Not a dentist, an ER doc? Anybody?
Did he say
radiology? Well, I had a very interesting night last night, and it was a short night. There is a thing in our profession where if you think that your assignment's unsafe, or that you object to it, you can refuse your assignment. And I did that last night. I don't do that lightly. I've been doing what I do for 31 years. I'm probably going to be resigning my position Monday morning at the hospital that I currently work at. I don't do that lightly either. I've been at the current hospital I'm at for 4.5 years. The hospital before that, I was there for 12.5, 13 years. And I've been doing what I do for 31 years. But here's the thing. I got pushed last night and I didn't like it. Right now, there's a shortage of people that have my expertise of being able to save your life, put you on a ventilator, put a tube in your airway. And I'm just at the point right now, and I think ONPASSIVE has kind of changed me in the fact that I'm not going to be pushed around. Yeah, I got bills. They come every month. But I also have choices. And I know that soon down the road, I'll never be pushed into doing something that I don't want to do again. And that's only because of ONPASSIVE. And if anybody that's here is new, reached out to anybody here. I told you all something a week ago that I told somebody that's in my downline several months ago, and I meant it. And I think that anybody that was on the webinar last night may be getting a little bit inkling of what I think I know. I had a man that wanted an early position in my group, and he was very forceful about wanting that. He was demanding that I sell him an early position. And then we had some choice words for one another. He told me I couldn't manage it. I said, well, obviously you don't understand ONPASSIVE because it's AI. Ain't a whole lot for me to manage. And I finally told him, I said, well, I'll sell you a position. The price is $100,000. And kind of ticked him off. I said, let me explain something to you that you obviously don't understand. I said, I'm going to lose money in the end if I sell you one of my positions for $100,000 today. Marty, am I wrong?
Not at all.
So the man didn't understand that. He thought I was being a jerk. And I said, look, this is a business decision. And I'm going to sell you a position for $100,000 that in the long run, I'm going to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if anybody here doesn't understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, get back with somebody who can help you understand how big this is and how much just one position will do for you, not in 6 months, but in 3, 4, 5 years. Guys, I obviously have more positions than I need. I'm a single guy. I eat once a day. Hush, Marty. It's a big meal once a day. I am working on that. But anyway, I have some things that are important to me. They're tied to my dad's military service, and they're museums. And I'm going to do one of these days. I'm going to get on one of these lives, and I'm going to be at one of those museums and walk around and let you guys see some of the planes and some of the artifacts. But I've told one museum that one of my positions is theirs. I may lean on Ash or somebody on the best way to do that. Either just give them the proceeds from it every month or turn it over to them or what, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got. I got some time on my hands. I'll probably be finding a job here in the next couple of weeks, but I might ride down and get Marty to call Ash and say, Key wants to take you to lunch one day, Ash. And we can set that up. But have some good food. But anyway, if I can help anybody, I'm here. I may be on more than I'm used to. Marty kind of picks on me, you're not working today. So no, I'm not working today. And I got the weekend off and supposed to work Monday night, but I don't think that's going to happen, guys. I think I'm going to take my chip and go on down the road. So.
Awesome. Great story, Key. And one thing that, I think some people don't understand, you were talking about the business. I think they look at this multi-billion-dollar business that's been handed to them, and they think it's a $97 investment.
Exactly.
Or $97. You can't think like that because you paid $97 or $102 to get in. This is a multi-billion-dollar business that's been, that you have. Now, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to get engaged, or are you just going to let it sit? That's up to you. What you want to make of it is up to you, but it's there for you.
Right.
All right. But man, that was great. Let's bring on, how about Chris Johnson? Chris?
Milo.
Hey, Chris.
Could I piggyback on that real quick?
Yes.
Key, I think you are right on target. But as I told Julie and Milo in my interview, this is bigger than 3 or 5 years. We're looking at generations being able to reap the rewards from this. I'm looking at a panel and I'm looking at these faces and I see middle age, senior, the young people, our children, our grandchildren are going to benefit from our membership in this wonderful business that we have no idea of the the true historical impact that it will have in the next 100 years. Just as back in the early 1900s, we didn't know what the car was going to do. We didn't know what the airplane was going to do. Who knew that we were going to carry phones in our pockets? We are moving in to a new revolution, the technology revolution. And Mr. Ash Mufareh is giving us the means to do that. He's going to jump us into the Jetsons. Any of you who know that cartoon, it was set for 2065. And it was supposed to show what our lives were going to be like. Well, here we are doing a Zoom. That was one of the primary things that the Jetsons had. Video phone. Just what else are we going to have? Think about it. We're not going to see it. We're going to die before it happens. Thanks for letting me piggyback.
Sure, good word.
Hey, I want to say something too, and I promise I'll be quick.
Okay, no problem.
I want to get behind Key and even Bruce. You know, somebody asked me, I say, look, I don't market, I don't know anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't believe that. I think once they know, they won't shut up. But what's going to happen is somebody asked me, what do you think? How well will I do? I said, well, I just looked in the back office and there's 472,000 founders. I can tell you this, there'll be at least 472,000 millionaires. Absolutely. Now, the amount of time that it takes, I'm not sure.
Right.
Nobody would know that. I would recommend sharing because it would be a little bit quicker. But right now, there'll be 472,000 millionaires. 100,000, guarantee it. Guarantee it. So stop worrying about what you can or cannot do. It's going to happen. Apple right now is worth $2 trillion with a T. I don't even know what that looks like. $2 trillion. Ash said yesterday on the meeting, and he doesn't say anything lightly. He just doesn't. He said, we will be the biggest company in the world.
Right.
All these other companies started in a garage, an attic, an old beat up building. He's starting with 500,000 minimum customers in a 5-story building in many parts of the world. Trust me. I mean, if you got to get it. When you get it, you'll know, like Keith just said. Guy says, you're going to give me this. Well, I will, but you owe me, $100,000. And Keith's getting ripped off if he sells it for 100,000.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I just believe that with all my heart. People need to know, some older lady was on, she goes, well, I don't market, that's okay. That's why you're an unpassive. Because the people above you, the people next to you, the people under you, and the company is marketing for you. You've got it made. Sit back, figure out where to put your money, fill up your pocket, your wallet, your gas, and then help who you can. It's going to happen. You don't have a choice. Mike Ellis always says it. You're going to be forced to be successful. You have no choice. This is something that you got to get it. And when you get it, you'll know it because you'll be calling your upline 2 weeks after you join and go, you won't believe how great this company is. That's right. That's how you know. Anyway, I did it again, but I'm done now.
Absolutely. That was great. That was a great word, Marty. You can jump in there anytime. All right, Chris Johnson, how about you coming on?
Well, you know what? Thanks a lot for putting me behind Bruce, Tim, and Marty. How am I going to follow that? How am I going to follow that? Number one, I want to thank Julia Milo. Love you two to death. Marty, you brought me out of my shell. You got me excited to get on here and do this kind of stuff. I do lives every day now. I haven't done a YouTube video yet. Working on it. But none of you...
You mute yourself.
You're so excited you muted yourself.
I'm jumping all over the place. A lot of you don't understand we're putting pharmaceutical companies out of business right now because I took the ONPASSIVE pill. I'm excited in the morning. I'm excited in the afternoon. I'm excited when I'm eating. I do my workouts to the webinars and my weight's going up 30, 40 pounds on each repetition. So it is exciting. But to all you people that are on here, if you guys remember my first fireside chat, I broke down. I got so emotional because I really didn't know what to do and say. Julie and Milo calmed me down, and I said, I just gotta let it rip. And that's really what you gotta do. Not everyone is gonna believe you, but I'm signing people up because they see the excitement in me. You know, they see the excitement in you. And I tell them it's first about the money, but then it's totally different. And I can't explain that to you, but you'll find out when you become a founder. That's the greatest thing about it. So, but share it. Like Marty said, you're gonna be a millionaire for sharing something and creating other people to be successful. That's a pretty cool deal there. So, but it's just, you got to get in it, man. You just got to do it. Offer people help. I try to do it every single day. Just one of the things is that I love about a passive is it just keeps growing. And like you said, Friday night, I'm 55. I'm not a 21-year-old kid anymore, retired. But to be here with you guys is pretty cool. I mean, I really got nothing else to do, not to sound bad on you guys, but this is a pretty good time. You know, this is a real good time. So I want to thank you all. Welcome to you new founders in here. And don't be afraid. Trust me. I told 2 of my people today, well, I'm not getting anybody. I said, don't worry. Keep sharing. They'll come. You know, build it. They'll come. You don't have to build it. Ash Dunn built it already. You just got to share his vision, his dreams. So that's what it's all about. All right. I'm talking too much again. I love y'all. We'll see you later. I'm out of here.
You are awesome, Chris Johnson. Wow, that was fun. I love it here. You know, Friday night, usually a night where I just wanted to hang out, go do things, and, you know, hang out with my daughters. They're having their friends over right there. So I'm in my bedroom and just spending time with all you beautiful people. So I see Robert Tentula, and then I see Kevin Rutledge, and then I see Willow Griffith. Would you, Robert, please start? Please unmute yourself.